No audio in this. There we go. No sound at all. Wrong OBS.
Hey,
I was
it's
looking
actually
at the
clean.
wrong OBS. I have slobs and regular OBS open. Okay, welcome to, again, start number 2 of the Dog Pound DnD recap and epilogue and mostly technical difficulties, if we're being quite honest here. But that's most episodes. Honestly, this is just what you should expect out of the stream, whether you're new, old, whatever. We make shit up. It works sometimes, it doesn't. It's not professional. I am not Matt Mercer, and I don't have any designs to be. Fuck that. Anyways. I still have not seen Critical Role to this day, just saying. But
I've tried, but I just see the amount that there is, and
it's
I
like,
can't.
you know, like it's like One Piece. Like, no, there's like 832,000 episodes. If I started watching now, I could retire by the time I'm done. Although I will say, the live action adaptation, not bad. Although you guys are probably not hearing any music right now, are you?
No, I can hear it.
Oh, you are?
I hear it.
Why is it not adjusting? Oh, there we go. Now it caught. Don't know why I wasn't adjusting it before. Cool. Anyways, this is Dog Pound D&D. We have been doing this for 3 years. We made it to level 16. Which, I mean, when it's milestone, I don't know how much that matters, but you guys, I feel like, did at least enough to deserve 16, possibly more with how disjointed it got. We have gone through 3 separate large arcs. We had the Rakoge Rashok arc, which ended in the joint session in Safe Halls. We had the Nova Stay in Church arc, which you guys completed. And then you guys had this arc, which it will be completed when we're done with the epilogue. But 3 different large campaign arcs. But we'll start from the very beginning, where some of us will have more knowledge than others at various points. We do have Goji below us. We have Empty Seat of Panzer. We have Puz on the right. And Empty Seat to the right of that of Rosario, who...
Hey, I'm just here for part 3.
And then we have Rosario will actually not be a player per se in the next one. Unfortunately, due to scheduling, he will be a guest star as a teacher who I am already basically plotting that somehow he's going to have to be the unlikely sex pot like Hagrid from Harry Potter. I've been in the internet too long. I know way too much exists surrounding Hagrid that I should not know, and I apologize for anybody who Googles it after this. Anyways, the story starts out in the small town of Rakoge, the only town that existed at the start of this campaign. We had Puz playing Thalrak. We had I4 Matthew, who is returning for the next season, playing Naxus. And we had Dragonheart playing Alvin, the titular Alvin. And that is it. That is all we had. Let me flip over to Rakoge and drag this.
The City of Dreams.
It's somebody's dreams. Lots of things happened here last we saw it, but they weren't happening when we started, so all these drawings on the map, those didn't exist. It's they've done a lot of damage to the city at this point, honestly, but this is the city they started in. None of this damage was done. That tower did exist over in the corner, Archmage of Clean's tower. Terry Johnson, very important. She is a 3,000-year-old mage who can cast Prestidigitation at amazing effect. Derek, do you remember how the 3 characters were introduced?
Yes. At least to the best of my knowledge.
I'll kick it over to you.
God. So, we all had entered Chaos and Cupcakes in our own way, but it wasn't Chaos and Cupcakes at the time. It was like the mid-class inn or something like that.
I thought you found Naxus in the grave first.
Oh, that's right. It was me and Alvin that met up there first.
Yes.
Because it was, yeah, that's right. Because it was originally us two. Because the first session was just me and Alvin.
Yup.
And
no, I think Naxus was there. I think we just introduced him third.
Was he? I don't remember if he made the first session.
I think he was.
I
don't think I would have done
late.
it with two.
Was that or he was running late?
He might have been, yeah.
Either way,
you met in
we
the
started
end.
off with that.
Marcus.
And yeah, and telling us that there was some weird stuff going on in the church, and then I believe we actually went to eat because it was like morning breakfast. Because that's when the churchgoers came in and were not thrilled with Thalrek fucking praying to Morden over a fucking meal. Morden tried to be peaceful about it. It was like, I don't want to fight. You worship who you want to worship. I'm going to worship who I want to worship. Just, don't start shit if you don't want shit.
And Thalrek's breakfast is the reason that every character in this campaign has gone to war.
Yep, pretty much. It all started over a fucking breakfast. Meta, we should have called that place Waffle House.
Honestly, not a bad call. But yeah,
Right.
Don't. The moral of this entire 3-year campaign is don't fuck with a grumpy old dwarf's breakfast.
Yes, pretty much.
So we moved on from there. We found Naxus in the grave.
Yep, then we found Naxus in the grave.
And you guys started exploring the cult.
Yep.
And you found some cultists who went into a building.
We didn't find Naxus in the grave. It was Jordy that we found in the...
No, you found Naxus in a grave, waking up with a half-empty bottle of booze in one hand and no memories.
That's right.
You then proceeded to do a stakeout on the graveyard where you had heard rumors that cultists were, seen going to and from, and you watched them go into a building and then disappear after you got into the building. You did find a magical keyhole, and
no, not
some
the
of you
keyhole.
suggested sticking your finger in the hole. Some of you started trying to stick male appendages in the hole.
That wasn't that was Naxus.
I didn't say
Naxus.
you. I said some of you.
That's why I said it was Naxus specifically that wanted to do that. Thalrek suggested a finger because we didn't see any magical key.
And then lost Naxus's finger.
Yeah, but that... Oh, God, yeah.
But you forget, he only lost half the finger. He gambled the other half away on a dog race.
That's true. I forgot about that. God, it's been a long 3 years. Jesus Christ.
So
then inside the underground facility was where we found the waterways, which led us to the drug stash, which we cleared out the guards.
Promptly dumped in the water.
No. We dealt with the guards first, and then thought, how do we deal with these drugs?
No, you thought there's a kraken in the water that attacked us on the way. Your guys' solution for the kraken was to get it high as fuck.
Yeah, we wanted to OD it.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you, Mr. Married now?
3 years later, is going to be marrying said kraken. Which I still remember I got, what was it, like a +5 in kraken writing skill, which I never used.
Never used.
Never used. But
however, I just want to say
on drugs that night because she splashed water into Thalrek's face.
You had a +5 to kraken riding, and you made us rent a boat from an old asshole.
Fair point.
Because Patty was stuck.
You had children.
Yeah. But
we could have gone and solved that problem instead of dealing with the old dude in the boat.
But Thalrek is anti-children riding.
Yeah, well, and also the +5 was only specifically to Patty. Which literally helped nowhere.
There's a lot of shit you guys got given over the course of the campaign.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I can think of one place it helped, and that was probably your wedding night.
Fucking honeymooning, man.
Oh god, Rosario, one single thing that you skill item, something that you got that you're like, this is cool, and then you never fucking got to use it.
One thing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me look through my bag. I was responsible for holding the bag of holding for our party, so
One of 4, I think, in the world.
yeah. So
Those got rare real quick.
I don't know. There was always like random like vials of stuff that we would grab, and we just would never use them. I had like a staff that if I broke it apart, could get my spell slots back, but I didn't want to break it. That was one thing.
That's a strong item, though, honestly.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like a BBEG fight, and you just like, oh, I've used it while my spell
Yeah.
slots crack.
No, it was a good item. I just never.
Never got to it.
Yeah. There was one. Let's see. Yeah. So Luca won a candle from one of our biddings. That if I turned it on, it would just turn off all the dark. It would turn off all the lights around us.
You know what I'm
and
tempted to
no one can
do?
break it. What's up?
Each character who is not being reused, sorry, Panzer, because your person has to not exist because he could exist
Oh
in the
no,
future.
I didn't you know I came up with a completely new character?
Oh, you did? I thought you were still holding him in reserve just in case.
Well, yeah, but I guess I could still get something from Edge too, technically, but if you wanted to go that route.
Yeah. So, but
I could
anyways,
keep Farrick as backup, yeah.
but either way, what I was saying is for each character who was a major part of the stories, I'm thinking maybe we ask for one signature weapon or armor piece that you feel represents your character that you collected, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have not a museum but like a memorial area to the heroes who saved the world, and your main like your artifact item that gets kept, and you can have it not be the best item, it could be what you think survived, but something displayed in the university.
I like that. Callian definitely was very attached to his robe. I think it was made by the party members for him, and it had Lathandra's sign on it and stuff. So
I'm gonna put that in chat. We're
that would
gonna
be-
do that.
And it had no
I'm
magical
thinking
properties.
the magma hammer for Thalrak. That or that and the shield that reflected fireballs.
I'm looking. It looks like Callian usually would just give away stuff that he. Very, very priestly of him. Because he wrote a book in universe called The Adventures of the Chaos and Cupcakes
That's
Crew.
true.
So he is the historian in that way.
It would definitely be that dagger that let you teleport to it or have it warp back to you that Edge had. That was like my favorite thing that I got to play around with him.
Sorry, I'm just pointing that. All right, I put it out there. Now, that does raise some room for shenanigans, because if they exist in the world in a single area, less scrupulous characters might be able to affect something there. Gotta make sure there's plenty of honeypots in the university, you know? Keeps them spicy.
Wait, Meta,
So-
if we're recapping the campaign, can we ask you questions?
Yeah. That's part of why I
So-
said if you want to get the most out of it, show up, because this is live Q&A. This is half recap, half epilogue, half just kind of, you know,
Okay,
bullshitting
if we're
with
still
friends over
talking
3
about-
years of campaign and reminiscing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think right now, let's keep it just to what were we talking about? The first
Season
party.
1. The
Yeah, I wasn't
season,
even-
like,
You're not here
I
yet,
wasn't
yeah.
involved yet.
Yeah.
But
We'll
my
get there, though.
question-
We're going to go through the whole storyline as far
Yeah.
as I can remember. If I miss a beat that you're like, we need to talk about this, please remind me, and I will talk through it, because it's based on... I have no
one
notes.
question. Yeah,
well, I do have a question now, though.
Yeah.
What was your
keep
intention
going.
for Moradin's wall? Like, did you expect it
I had none.
to grow?
No.
Okay. So I literally made the most out of that thing with no back
Correct.
plan.
It was.
Okay,
I
so-
gave you a cool thing, and it was like, how is he going to use it?
And I used it actually really creatively. I loved it. Because I was like, it's not overpowered, it's limited in what it can do, but also, hey, Voltaire's fucking losing his mind. Not anymore. Need some makeshift cover? Here you go.
Oh,
Need to make a barricade for a door? Don't worry about that log that you gotta lift. Give me 2 seconds. Bloop. Also, but if you're talking, you're muted again.
Yeah.
Anyways, interrupt me if you find anything as I'm talking along that I missed that you found cool, important, awesome. Just because I'm just gonna talk through as I remember. So if you find anything that's because we haven't made it out of Rakoge yet.
No, what is one thing that the original Party 1 did in Rakoge that actually took you by surprise?
One thing?
One,
Murdered that fucking old lady. That surprised me. Yeah, you well, you don't know because you were kept in the dark. I guess it's finally time for Thalrak to know. Jordy, Nexus, and Alvin all broke into this old lady's house with her 2 special needs hulking bodyguard son employees. They broke her hip and damaged her in such a way that her hip started swelling like balloon size because of the blood loss from what had happened, and and she was just in horrible pain. So they decided to then not kill her, let her she passed out from the pain and the blood loss. Then wait, knocked out both of the 2 special needs like 25-year-old big brawny guys, then rigged the furnace to start itself on fire and rigged it to look like the two sons had caused the problem, which then burnt down the entire building, killing all 3 of them. And Thalrak, they all talked to each other and said collectively, we can never tell Thalrak what happened here. 3 years in real life. 3 years in real life. 15 years in the campaign. You still didn't know.
I remember being put into a secret room and saying, you stay here, do not wash your shirt. I said, okay, I'm gonna be my character. He's not getting involved, he's gonna stay outside. Didn't fucking know that shit. I remember the house exploding and them just telling me, oh shit, what the fuck happened there? Not realizing they fucking set that shit up.
They kept that secret for 15 plus years.
Jesus Christ. That's fucking great.
Whoa, that was weird, huh?
Well, Puzz asked me one thing that surprised me that you guys did, and he got surprised himself.
Yeah, because again, I didn't know. That's the best way to keep in character is never know.
All right. Well, we're going to move forward a little bit and kind of speed through it. Do stop me. Interrupt me. Be rude. That's the whole point of this. This is all us doing it together. So anyways, after that, they decide, well, Patty gets engaged to Alvin so that they can ride her through the water, right? I believe that's why.
Yeah, Alvin gets engaged to Patty because he finds that necklace and gives it to the Kraken, which then she admits to him in the conversation in their head of like, oh, well, this is a gift then.
Yep.
This means we're engaged.
But that got more complicated because Alvin met Terry, and Terry was a huge fangirl. You have never seen how much of a fan. This was early days, but she had posters on the walls. Like this is pre-romance in Rakoge.
Yeah, like we thought that the fanboys after the book came out were insane. She was already on that bandwagon before all of it.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, she said she would help because what had happened is, because we had already flooded, we hadn't taken care of the cult yet, but somebody had been poisoning Patty with arsenic in the water, which is where they found the old lady who they later killed and burnt down her house because she had been doing the poisoning. Because that was their leader, and they go to her to find a cure, but it turned out she was poisoning them. So, naturally, after you find out that your Kraken's being poisoned, you get real angry. So, they killed the old lady. Oh, I think I got lost on this point. I lost my train of thought. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. You guys did that. Then you went to see Terry, who was able to clean the water up for you with her magical prestidigitation. Yes, Terry exists because you needed a mage who could cast an abnormally strong prestidigitation. I then needed to get a picture for a mage, and that one's the one I grabbed, which happened to look like a lolly, which is when Terry became a 3,000-year-old lolly. Plus, it was just fun to taunt Alvin and Valrak with it. And that is how Terry was born, a meme who became a central character to the plot. And you want to know who the fuck never betrayed you? This is out of context, so we're not there. You want to know who never did a fucking bad thing to you guys?
Who?
Terry.
No, not Terry.
No.
Who you guys are always suspicious of? And Safe Falls and Watoon
That one
and
dude, the
Trevor
like,
Marin.
dude, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Trevor never betrayed any of you.
Well,
That's
he
because we
should
never
have
gave him a chance to do it, Meta.
No.
We never gave him a chance to do it, Meta.
He's bad. He's bad. I don't
Oh my
believe him.
god. And then, so we
He's
had...
just standing there menacingly.
Exactly.
So after going through the cultist layer and blowing it up and making it full of water, the cult still existed. Rashak still existed. You hadn't met her yet. You had seen some statues. You had seen some pictures. You met Jordy down in the caves. He was being molested, and then he molested a door, and then Thalrak got Moradin's wall. You know, things, just the natural progression of things.
Yeah.
It's also the reason that all of your followers, Rosario, look like South Park characters.
Yeah, I know. They were former cultists.
Yep. That's
Those are the best people to convince to join a church. So
we used a lot fewer sprites. Also, for the last time, probably. But I'm still very proud of this, because remember, I made this first map myself. Sort of. This is the first D&D map I've ever made. This is the first city I've ever made. The first campaign I've really run. How the fuck do I get down to the map layer? And this is not a contiguous map, as it may appear at first glance.
Yeah, the fact that
This is
it's
like,
3 years.
look at this. This is pieces of maps that I fit together in such a way that it looks natural. Because if you look at this looks like one map, right?
Overall.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's just pieces. And about this size for each of them. And it was not like meant to be a contiguous map. This wasn't like I had like 50 pieces of a map, cut it up and put it back together. This was a whole bunch of individual pieces that just existed that I put together. So I'm proud of it. But anyways, they went down to church, now known as the Church of Callian, back then known as the Church of Rashak. I don't know why I keep...
nuked in the last session, no?
Yeah, I did get nuked a bit in the last
I don't
session.
know if it's there anymore.
Then you had the secret entrance to the stair to below, which is good. And we went down to the cult lair, where, in short, Jordy molested a wall, Thalrak found a wall, a bird found eggs that were not the right eggs, and they were never seen again. We had somebody play for one session in Arakakra. They were looking for their eggs that they had lost, and they found Kraken eggs, which turned out to be Thalrak Kraken eggs. Because what Thalrak didn't know is that those eggs were then later collected and sold to who are they? The Novostayan Church. They were intercepted by the Deep Gnomes and brought back to act as guardians. Because that's normal. Which is what
that's what you do.
Yeah.
Wait, so Thalrak had eggs with Patty while she was engaged to Alvin?
No,
No.
we didn't get back to that yet. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no.
We're skipping around a lot. So,
no,
yes, we're here.
so-
We kill. There's an Illithid or a Mind Flayer. Not a Mind Flayer, some kind of weak version of a Mind Flayer type of guy. I don't remember what he's called. It was probably Biggie Smalls, honestly. I'm pretty sure that's what the name of the thing was. They killed that, which freed Rashak from the mind control, who quickly peaced out, said, fuck you guys. They went back up. They wanted to unpoison the Kraken. Terry was able to do it, but she would only do it if she could get a date with Alvin. Alvin, of course, was engaged to a Kraken, so he had to convince Patty to start dating Thalrak instead, so that he was
No.
unfree.
It wasn't that he convinced Patty. He went to Thalrak and said, "Look, man, I need to get out of this. Would you be willing to take the bullet for me?" And Thalrek said, okay, but you are going to owe me big time for this. And then Thalrek had to recite a poem to Patty to convince her that he was the one truly in love with her, and that he just used Alvin as the scapegoat, as a distraction to build up the courage.
And if you guys thought that I made you guys like have to like deal with weird consequences of your actions and just mess with you guys, no, it's not just the new players. If anything, by the end of the first year, there was at least 50% less messing with the players.
Yeah, it was constant. Like, it was just
Pretty
from the
great
get-go.
storylines, though.
Oh, it did. I am.
And I
absolutely
plan to
not
fully
complaining
mess
at
with
all.
you guys 100% more in the new campaign. Now that everybody's starting out fresh. And I have to worry about less if people are having fun because, like I said, my new plan is I'm not going to worry if people are enjoying themselves anymore. Like, determining if they are. If you're not having fun, let me know. I'll fix it. But I think I will do better and probably be more consistent in playing every week. Let's be honest. Taking some of that off. I still want to make the best game, but please bring it to me versus me having to figure it out. I have autism. I'm not going to figure it out. And if I do, it's going to be too late. E.g., the fact that we had the problem with recycling new people in, and it just built for so long, and I had no idea. To be fair, Panzer, you were getting... Your frustration was coming from that, but neither of us knew the source of it. Just the symptoms. Right?
I mean, yeah, I suppose that's kind of true.
Yeah. No, that's nothing against you. I don't think you realized that was the cause of it either. But it is what it is. We're going to do better now.
I have a question.
Yes.
So before we talk about something outside of Rakoge, was there anything that you want to tell us about Rakoge that we never discovered?
Or I don't think anything at this point.
Through that town
I don't
so
think
much
at
that...
this point anything in this timeline that you guys need to know about. I think we gotta get further in the timeline, because we've circled back a couple times here.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm curious always for a DM to be like, oh, I had the secret and
Oh yeah, we'll get to those.
Out, so I want to know like if there's such secrets.
Are you guys all have the stream open, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't have to keep fucking switching this thing. I can just get to them. Okay. Where am I looking? Because there's one point we do really need to go to, which did get blown up. Fuck you, Goji.
Oh, the mountains. I know where we're going next.
Well, we're not in the mountains.
The hill?
We're in a store in the city.
Store.
Yeah, you should be able to see it on stream. You won't be able to see it on Roll20 anymore.
Oh, is this what's it?
Billy Days. Everyone's favorite merchant. Well.
Oh god, I forgot about the Billy Mays guy.
No, Days.
Fuck.
Billy Days.
Yeah, I know. It was the legally distinctive different.
Exactly.
It may look like Godzilla, but it's legally distinct.
Exactly.
Oh, it should still run like it's Godzilla, but it's not.
And he was just basically, his temperament and demeanor was Willie Mays from, OxyClean and everything else. But he sold really cool items that all had a catch unless you magically identified them. Which I also learned that magically identifying doesn't fucking work on everything like that. If it has a high level, you need a roll. So, you know what? We're going to have more difficult to identify magic items next time.
Yeah, you learned that really quick from that whole bit.
I learned that late on in the campaign, but I know now. You guys got away with a lot early. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, we also didn't, go crazy with it either.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, I like it when you guys gave us stuff. It's fun to see. But then we went back out to the main world, and because everyone was like, oh, what's happening? Maybe Rorschach will come back. Maybe there's some other bad people. We should go and deal with this. What can we do? George is like, poison! So we're like, where's their
Jordan
poison?
was all about poison.
And I was like, well, I don't even have a map. So, because like I said, all that existed was not even this. It was just that map of Rakoge. That is the entire game world, plus the subdivision maps that I've made of Rakoge.
Yeah.
But we had nothing. So I was like, I would need a map. And this map has grown. The wildlands, which you can kind of see, right over here. That's not part of this map. That is a picture that I cut out and then pasted over top of this.
Yeah, that's South Africa.
Yeah. See?
That's the country of
The
South Africa.
teacher knows. But anyways, some of this was labeled. Anything that's like in brown text existed. What the fuck is this? What the fuck? I don't know.
Where's that
What?
giant rock?
Fuck, Roll20 did something.
You
We're
gotta
gonna hope
look
that does not have any consequences for us when we start playing again.
Guess we'll find out next week.
Yeah. So, this is the map, and I pulled up this map, and I looked at this map, and I'm like, where in the fuck would there be snakes? I'm like, well, the only real dense forest jungly place looks like this place over here, which did not, in fact, have a name. And you know what? I really loved Dark Cloud as a kid. I played a lot of time in that forest. I didn't usually get too far beyond the forest because, you know, memory cards and 3 siblings and overwriting your save box. There's also a reason I have never finished Final Fantasy VII despite getting to the 3rd disc 6 times. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
After you've played through the same story-driven RPG enough times, you can't do it again. So I'm slowly playing my way through the remake, and then I'll move on to Rebirth, and I don't got a lot of time. I mean, I have a kid now and work and everything, but I'm getting through it bit by bit. And I'm hoping that I'll finally get to see the story through to its conclusion, since I couldn't and I still can't go back and play that game again. Anyways, the Dark Cloud Forest did not have an irradiated zone at that point, did not have a swingers tribe at that point, just the Dark Cloud Forest.
Wait, there's a swingers tribe? What?
Yes, they're goblins.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
goblins. They
must-
swing
they
from
were
they swing from the trees.
Swinger goblins.
They swing from the trees on vines.
Yeah. Where'd your mind go?
course.
Come on.
Yeah, what's wrong? Is there a
filler
problem
episode
with these
that I missed?
goblins? Are goblins? Do you not think goblins are smart enough to swing from vines? I mean, are we really gonna harbor that kind of goblin racism here?
My bad. Hey, my characters canonically were very understanding of goblins and often argued
true.
for them not to get killed.
You,
while everyone else was
Rosario,
murdering
later
them.
on, we will come, and Callian did in fact say, please don't kill the goblins in the Wyfall mines.
I lied. Yeah.
But granted,
I lied
they
to
all
save
did
their
die.
lives.
You did ultimately killed all of the goblins in the mines by not saving them. But, I mean,
Because Callian spoke goblin and the other party members
it's
didn't.
true. So we go to the Dark Cloud Forest. But first, where do you go to get through? Because you're not going to go straight from Rakoge. You're going to go to not Baelin. Say Falls, the city of thieves. Where the party will get very sidetracked. Because when they get there, they meet
God.
their good friend and future deity, Doro. Doro I loved him so much. And I was very... You want to talk about one thing that I was angry about? I was angry at Jake. I have never been angry at a player for something they did in-game that made sense for them to do ever before, and ever since I've gotten angry at people for other things. But in-game, I've never been angry at any of your actions except for Jordy killing him, because Doro started out as a meme. And
Yeah,
Doro
yeah.
grew into so much more. I loved him. He got a backstory, and he got a backstory like 1 week before this, like one game session before this. He evolved. He became a beautiful Charizard, and you murdered him.
No. We didn't murder him. Jordy did.
Well, Jordy and John
Yep.
and Naxus, they were all mildly involved. One of them pushed him, one of them tripped him, and one of them held him underwater.
I feel like the one that held him underwater is probably the one that's most responsible.
But is they the most responsible if they were directed to do it by the one who originally pushed them?
I mean,
It was orchestrated by
that's-
Jordy. Naxus tripped Doro to let him into the water, and then Icareth, who happened to be in there with the Kraken, drowned him.
oh, well,
Because he convinced the Krakens to take Doro deeper and deeper into the depths until he drowned. And disposed of the body.
Then I guess the Krakens killed him.
Mars, I don't know why you're not in here. Also, you should see if you can join sometimes, occasionally on Sundays as a guest teacher. It feels appropriate. And I only saw it because it popped up on Discord, but he does want us to remember that. Oh, wait, no, he's not even telling me for the stream. He's not even here. He's just saying, what's the signature item? And obviously for Wes, we all know what that is. The quarterstaff is stiffening.
That has to be.
That got used more than any other item I gave you guys in the entire game.
That was actually a good one.
Yeah.
But
Even
we're
though
not.
it did have a downside, so
It did
You
have a
got screwed over
downside,
a
but
lot.
but even when you got the downside, it was hilarious. So it was worth it.
mm-hmm.
Especially at one time when he got a nat 1 and it turned completely limp and slithered out of his hands.
Oh my god.
It happens to the
I
best.
forgot about that one.
Okay, is this still? Yes, the label is Stay Falls. Also, thank you to all the people who I don't remember who it was. I think there were 3 people who helped organize all of the maps into folders for me.
It was me.
Goji was one of them. I think Dragonheart was another.
I don't remember. I know that I was annoyed at Dragonheart because of how large Safe Falls was. Because it is the largest folder in that entire thing, aside from the bad place.
You can
that
see it on
nobody
stream
goes.
actually too. Yeah, look at this.
Yeah.
Because I did not feel like organizing the bad place that nobody goes as islands all into.
No, that can
Like-
all be chucked into one. They only needed to be
Yeah.
numbered when they were not explored yet. Basically, here's how we go, guys. So here's this is a secret, and we'll give it here before we get to the bad place that nobody goes section of the story. But you guys had, let me close this out. All these islands, right? They did not have specific things. No. I had a whole bunch of maps saved. I had a whole bunch of scenarios that I had vague concepts of. And I just, whichever place you went to, that's where the maps went to. And I plan to fill out each island as you hit it. So, a little behind the scenes for the campaign. What is that? They call that something for foveated rendering. And that's the whole campaign, honestly. This campaign has been made as you guys have focused. So every one of these cities did not exist in terms of any maps until you guys were going to go there, usually the week before. Oftentimes, I was building these maps as you were going into new rooms. The Colosseum of the Lost entire underground was made on the fly while you guys were interacting with that session. Anyways, we get back to Safe Falls, which has undergone a lot of change, and Alvin really needs to redo this map for the 1,000-year time jump. Yeah.
Yep.
But the party came in, and honestly, how did you get around to needing to kill the mayor in the first place?
You mean initially?
Yeah, I forget what the reason you guys wanted to do that was.
To kill him or not kill him?
Wait, no, you guys wanted to get poisoned, but you didn't know where to go. You didn't know the Dark Cloud Forest yet. You went here.
Yeah.
Jordy talked to his contact, Eduardo, head of the Thieves Guild. Eduardo said he was having problems because he's been pushed out because another Thieves Guild came in and became the mayor, and they got put up. So then you guys were like, oh, we'll obviously deal with that for you. This criminal mayor is better than the new criminal mayor. So you went, murdered the mayor,
Yeah, because he went and Jordy and Alvin stuck into the mansion. I kind of hung out on a balcony or outside because they were like, yeah, there's a moat. Dwarves don't swim because we've already established this with Rakoge because of Patty. So those two stuck in, fucking somehow snuck all the way to the target's bedroom, because I remember we did this at night.
Yep.
And then fumbled it when they went to go kill him because I believe Jordy rolled a nat 1
Yes.
on the attack.
Yep.
And just stabbed the pillow instead.
Correct.
That or it was the wife. I don't remember which.
And around this time, Let's go back here first and then figure out where last out. We find ourselves in Clastow, which is somewhere. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give you -1 gold star, Goji, for not alphabetizing these.
I am sorry. I did it in the order they appeared in.
I mean, not a bad call. Not a bad call.
I can.
No, I'm not actually being giving you.
No.
You're fine. But we find ourselves in Clastow, and we find ourselves in particular in. Where is it? What? Okay, well, there used to be another. Oh, that is no. I think that's the right one. Anyways, I think we reused a Rakoge map for it. It's possible. Or, anyways, we found our party. They had come to Clastow. They are all adventurers that came together for some reason that I don't remember, and nobody here was part of that. I don't think. Were you, Koji? No, you came in at Safe Falls. So yeah, nobody here. So they came together somehow. We're not sure. Wes was here. Some people who quit were here. John was here as Ikarath. Ikarath and the party decided, hey, we're going to go. The hill tribes have been raiding the city, and they say go kill them. And we're just going to take that at face value. Because why wouldn't we, right? And we went up to the Clastow Mountains, where we met some hill people. We murdered some hill people. It was good. People had a good time. We went up the next one. Maybe less good. You guys killed some hill people. Ikarath got minorly molested by a large lady. And Cyrus got his sword.
Yeah.
I forget what that was originally called. It was Fran's. Fran's Meat Beater.
The meat beater, yeah.
Yeah, Fran's
I think
Meat
it was
Beater.
there was 1,000 in there somewhere.
Or a giant meat beater or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Big meat beater. I don't know. Something great. And the party continued on their way up the mountains until they came to here. And they're like, hey, we can go left where there's bloody things, or we can go to the right and there's a cave. And we hear somebody chattering and a lot of people yelling at him, and something weird's going on. So like, sure, let's go in here. And they found some people and killed some hill people and they went around and they found a couple of hill people in the room with their hands over their ears, and a young boy named Callian sitting there talking to them relentlessly about how it doesn't matter how bad. Well, why don't you take over from here? I've been talking for a while.
I remember you were like, okay, you're gonna be captured, and I'm like, okay, let me think. Why am I captured? Well, Callian's trying to convert people, but Callian's probably the worst person to capture because he wants to convert these people to his religion, so he's never gonna shut up. So when you told me I was in there and you're like, okay, introduce your character, what do they hear? And I'm like, these people hate me because I'm probably just yapping. I'm just yapping their ears off the whole time about how great Lathandra is and how we're gonna pray. And Callian's so naive, he probably doesn't even think he's being kidnapped. He's probably like, oh, these people took me in. That's nice of them. Like, that's awesome. So yeah, and I also, just a backstory, when I watched the first session on Twitch because my friend was playing Wes, and he was like, oh, you should join this online campaign because we were getting into D&D. And I was like, I don't know, online? I wasn't really up for online personally. I prefer in person. So then I watched it and I was like, oh, it's a good idea. Let me email and see if I could get into the group in the second session. And I was like, oh, you guys don't have a cleric? Perfect. I love being the cleric. And yeah, I model Callian after, like, I want him to be like a very like devout missionary. So like, I don't know, like missionary for any religion, like a Mormon missionary or something, like someone who's like completely like thinks that their religion's the only way to go, and he doesn't really hate other people per se. He just wants to convert people to his religion. And I was hoping the journey he would take along the way as a character was he would realize that there's more to the world than just what he was told, and I think he discovered that over time. But yeah, we found him in a cave. He quickly joins the party, and he's a little taken aback because they're very murder hobos at this point. I remember.
Mm-hmm.
This party especially, we came in here and I was like, why are we killing these hill people? And they didn't really give me a reason why. They're like, oh, we had a job. I was like, what? Your job's just to murder people in their homes? What's happening here?
And then we climbed further up the mountain.
Yeah.
And
this... And one more thing is that, like, the running joke, I don't know if the other parties experienced this, but I told Meta, was that every single thing, he was like, oh, deck save. I was like, we can't deck save for every single thing.
I don't think that ever changed.
Especially because I was like, my character's dex is their worst stat. You can't. I have to re-roll. I'm like, my character's falling off every cliff. It was awful.
I would like to say that you had less dex saves to come, but let's be honest, it's like 70% dex save and 30% something else.
Yeah.
With like a solid 3 to 5% of luck.
But yeah, that was my intro to the party and stuff. It was fun.
And then you came upon, and now here's the thing. Everything around Tremius.
Oh yeah, we found him.
Was made up on the spot.
Oh god.
Even the fact that it was going to be a person was made up, because in the beginning, it was just a tree because everybody was getting a little bit crazy. I was like, let's throw some cool stuff out. This is a tree. It's a basic trap. I feel like the rules around it were pretty clear. But you guys had a series of really bad rolls and a series of really stupid decisions, in large part by people who did not end up sticking around for the long term. But I did not think at any point you would all get stuck irrevocably. And I had to real quickly figure out, how the fuck do I get you guys out of this without making it seem like a Deus Ex Machina? Because I didn't think, I thought you would capture 1 or 2 people and you guys would figure it out and you guys would be done, but no. And then you guys cast darkness over it. I still don't understand the logic of casting darkness and leaving it up as multiple people got lost in the darkness and stuck to the tree.
Don't look at me. I was trying to rescue people out. I remember we threw a rope in there to pull people out.
Yeah, no, there were good attempts, but there was just a lot of... Anyways, that was the day Tremius was born, so you really have Callian, Wes, and Cyrus to thank for this one.
Was there too.
Ikarath too. You guys really have them to thank for this. So anyways, so then they continue making their way up the mountain. They eventually come across a snake. The snake takes one of the people, Aaron, because he was only there for 1 session. Aaron gets captured and the snake runs away. And then we go to the hill people, where a single ballista was the most dangerous enemy in the entire game because it was played raw for probably the next year. Almost killed.
I remember that. I was like, that thing can, because like I was like the healer of the group.
Yep.
And I was like, you guys, please be careful, because if 2 of you get hit, I only have enough juice to heal 1 of you back to full. Like, that thing was doing their full health thing.
That is like one of the only few things in this entire campaign that have been raw. Almost everything else has been a custom. Thing is, you guys come in, do some murdering, kill everybody but the women and children, and then leave the women and children. Well, you killed some women, but not the women who stayed behind with the children. Left some of the women and all of the children behind in the middle of the winter to fend for themselves, and went back and claimed your bounty. At which point, I believe we flip over, because after that, you guys were coming towards Safe Falls, right?
We went to Rokoge.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, Safe Falls was a little bit later, I think.
We go to Rokoge, and that's when we're attacked by Rorschach on dragons or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh no! We go to the Coliseum of the Dead first.
No. That was after Safe Falls. Because you flew there with Rashok, and Rashok fell off the dragon.
Yes. Wait.
Yeah, because you only went to the Coliseum once because you committed genocide.
Okay. Let's.
You're like, wait, let's back it up a bit before we get to the genocide.
No, you're right. So we go to Rakoge, and that's when we're chased out. And
Yeah, so you guys go to
I wanna ask
Rakoge
you,
on the
did you
way
think-
because it's just the next town along the way.
Did you think that was all gonna happen? Because basically, for everyone watching, what happened was we got there, and I don't know. I thought the people in the town were cultists, so
They were.
Callian stupidly tried to convince them that he was a cultist, so that they would like keep him, or at least like not attack the party.
Yeah.
But it turned to the complete opposite, where I showed some symbol, and Rasha came and like tried to kill me.
Oh yeah. No, this
And
was to try and get you guys on a similar storyline path with the big beats. Because this was before I opened up the world more, and we were still more like branching single pathways instead of lots of things going on in the world. So
Well,
no, that
Rashok
was
there.
the you guys can take this thread if you want it, and if you do, it'll wind you back in towards the other party.
Well, what happened was we were there, and that was when we learned about the other party. So
Yes.
in Rakoge, we started learning about the Chaos and
Cupcakes!
crew.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
cupcakes.
Yes,
And you
then-
found that's the book, right? I get that was when the book
and
came
it
out.
it was super like, oh, Alvin's the best. He's awesome. All this stuff. It talked nothing about everyone else in the party, and like it was making a fanboy out of our everyone in our party was like, yo, Alvin's awesome. We gotta meet this Alvin guy. He's great.
I loved how easy things were back in the day.
Like Callian, I was like playing him as like, oh, he loves Alvin. This guy's awesome. He's like the hero.
Eric, how do you feel about that?
I see it now. Yeah.
Uh,
You're the headliner of the second book.
I know. Still not thrilled about it, but I'll still take it. I'll still take one for the team.
Should
At
I
least
reveal?
No, at
Should I
least
reveal
I
something?
wasn't in book. At least I wasn't the subject of book one. I'll let that be Alvin.
Yeah. Should I reveal something right now?
You
Oh
can.
God.
Since the campaign's over, for all the shippers out there. Okay. When Callian first learned about about Alvin, I was actually playing it that he did have romantic feelings for Alvin.
I didn't
But-
even know. I just.
There's the shock to meta.
No, it was more so that it wasn't like he was in love with him, but his thought was like,
you
Oh.
learned about this person and you're like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's kind of,
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's
you know, if
kinda
I get an
cool.
opportunity, I might take a pass at that.
yeah. But the funny thing is, Callian immediately gave up on it because we meet Terry, right? And we make a deal with her, like, actually, we'll hook you up. Like,
Oh, yes.
that was how our party got pulled to the other party. Was that we made a deal with Terry that we were gonna help her date Alvin or something, or get married to him. I forgot. And
I
we
think
were
it
gonna
started
get
as a
married.
date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, it started as a date. The marriage thing was the fault of a person who is not even here.
Yeah. And not playing next season.
Yeah.
But yes, bombshell out. Callian did have the smallest amount of feelings at first for Alvin, but
This book makes.
I
so
was
much
only
more
playing
sense.
it like that for like. I was like, oh, did he pick up on that right away?
I did not. You want to know why it's Callian?
Why? Because you found art with and cat that looks like Callian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it looked like Callian, but it had darker hair. If you look like right here, look at his like scalp, like right there. You
Oh, I
see how
see
it's slightly lighter than the rest of his skin?
Yeah.
It's because I took a dodge tool to this entire set of hair manually, to brighten it up to blonde to match Callian.
It fits.
I thought this turned out fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm tooting my own horn a little bit. I thought this book turned out fantastic. Anyway,
That was fun.
so then we go back and we flip back to say we're gonna try and go a little bit faster. We are already an hour and a half in, and we are not even out of arc 0.
Well, the most
Yeah.
important thing we have to recap, I think, is the first inter-party session.
Yes, but we're not even there because we go to the Dark Cloud Forest because the
Oh,
party's
sure,
there. They decide to go to the Dark Cloud Forest. I'm not sure why. Well, there's just a little bit of timeline murkiness here. It might have been before the
Snakes.
killing of the mayor. We were going for
They wanted
poison
snakes.
originally. Yes, but I don't. The order's a little bit rough. So, anyway, somewhere around this rough time, they were going there. They killed the giant snake. They didn't know why it was a big deal. Turns out it was a forest guardian and a guardian of one of the key central points of Earth. It's a big problem that gets killed. It'll come into play later. They go back to the city. Some bullshit's going on. They find out that there's a big army of black shit marching from the forest coming towards the city. Around that time, however, right before then, we do have the party getting assaulted. The other party getting assaulted by dragons. Meeting Cranky, who's a wonderful ship's captain, and nobody should ever disparage him. He's a little eccentric.
That man is not a good person. I'm just gonna say it out right now. He's a jerk.
They go to trying to think.
Well, how about how
They went to
No, they went to Safe Falls.
Spires.
Where do they
how
go?
about how we
Spires.
used water walking on horses to go across the ocean? Remember
I
that?
think that was later.
Oh, later
yes,
we went to
when you
Grand
were
Key.
Frankie's, You went across the sea to the city of Spires. You were in a tavern when the other party literally fell on you,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
and then decided, well, let's all teleport back to Safe Falls. Uh-oh. Rorschach looks like Rorschach's planning to go to
Oh,
Safe
I know
Falls.
how that
Let's prepare
happened.
for
I know
that.
how it happened. So it was after they killed the mayor that they went for the poison, because when they killed the person, they got sent to the shadow place, which has different things, and they came out of the shadows and went boom realm, and they went boom onto the table, which is how they got dropped in there.
Well,
Why
yeah,
were-
'cause it wasn't the first time in the Shadowlands, it was the second time that we found out that dwarves are batteries.
Yes. This is the first time. Oh, I know what happened. No,
we
you.
met Elred there.
Yeah, anyway, so they pop into there, they meet together, they go back to the city, they start preparing the defenses. Ikarath. Wait, no, Voltaire. Was that, is that you who wrote in?
I'm
on
coming
the
to
Kraken?
Cloudvorst.
Was that?
Ikarath rode in on the Krakens. Voltaire met them in Dark Cloud Forest because he was looking for the crystal. Turns
Oh.
out it wasn't the right one.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Anyway, so then we're back. We're in Ulfer. We're in Safe Falls. There's the party collaborates collectively to get Alvin to go on a date with Terry. They have a play on a stage. They've got a harp piano. They decorate the whole honestly, I don't think we ever made the barracks correctly. So let me
No.
see if I can find that.
What do you, Meta? The barracks are perfect in the way that they are.
These
Yeah.
are the barracks, which I made in MS Paint. And it was made, there's a stage, there's a lovely dueling harp piano.
I forgot about the heart stage.
No, it's not a heart stage, it's a
It's
dueling
the
harp piano.
That's right.
It's two pianos in one heart. A disco ball, a stage, open bar, and they had this lovely day, and then Elred got drunk and said that they should get married, and Alvin, for some reason, was like, "You sure?" And then
Yeah.
there was a wedding. Shit. I wonder.
Alvin and Jordy killed the mayor at some point, and then Alvin became mayor just by saying, "I'm mayor."
There was an election.
There was after, but he just became interim mayor by just, "Oh, yeah, I'm the mayor."
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, the
And
political
no one-
system for most cities in the world is, I forget what Dragonheart called it, because he had a good name for it, but you and only your direct downwards bloodline can inherit. So like if I had kids, my kids could inherit, but once one of them inherits, their siblings can no longer inherit, and only their kids could inherit. It's got to be always that straight. So if you killed somebody and their kid and that kid's grandkid, if there was one involved, you gotta do the whole line down that way. But if you killed enough of them, Then it goes to an open election. And then whoever gets elected will then be the new bloodline that works in that way. How fucked is that for a system, Mr. Teacher?
I don't know how that would even work.
What do you mean? I just
People would
explained
just
it.
reject
Nobody's going by it.
a communist uprising. The workers
Overturned in
seized
the first
means of
millennia.
magic
Anyways, so we're back at the bar. They decided to get married. I will give
we did a lot
whoever
of planning.
finds the wedding picture first and can throw it up into Discord as a new picture so I can grab it. 3 loot points when you guys are all starting at 0.
Oh, you mean the original wedding photo for the group?
Mm-hmm. That somebody made. I commissioned it. I commissioned this for you guys. So 3 loot points, which will give you 3 more loot points than anybody else in the campaign. Notice how all of them are now furiously looking for this because
Well,
they
this too,
all
Yeah,
know.
you don't understand. I want to find this for my own sake because I'm like, I remember it, but now I need to. I want to re-see it. Damn it!
Did you find it that quickly?
It's in the pinned messages.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
Oh my god, it fucking was! God damn it!
Okay, so we're gonna save image real quick down to downloads and then go and throw it in here. So 3
So
loot
fun.
points to Goji.
Okay.
You have to choose
Gosh,
3
dang it.
for one of them right now, or you can split it and have 2 on one and 1 on the other.
I'll give the sorcerer 3.
This original art commissioned just for this campaign.
I almost forgot about this.
Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Thalrak, you've got little gold thingies in your beard.
He always had those in his beard.
Exactly.
Hold up.
Look at Callian in his business suit. His brightest blue
There's no
suit.
way.
And look,
I know.
look, there's Terry, who honestly,
Wes is
I
in short.
probably, honestly, because Terry's still going to be alive. So I honestly need to leave this here. Remind me before we meet Terry that I need to cut this out because that should definitely be official Terry art at this point, right? Right?
Yeah, it should absolutely be like official art on the fucking thing.
Look at Dragonheart. Look at Alvin.
it looks
Very nice. Look at Igarath.
That's
Look at
Igarath.
She's looking her best.
Yep, she is. That's Wes.
Wes in shorts.
No, and look, that's not a tuxedo.
It's a pink. It's a
No,
shirt.
that's a tuxedo t-shirt. I specifically
God.
requested a tuxedo t-shirt for Wes.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah, because that was Icarus' whole thing.
No, Wes just got
That's
called a
what-
hobo because I just latched onto that one day and just forever he was stuck with it. I don't
Who's the
remember
other,
why.
dragon.
The other, I shouldn't be offended, but somebody here should be.
That's Voltaire.
Oh, it is.
His height's a bit off, but that's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick up.
No,
on
no,
it.
the way my head worked canonically was Voltaire shrunk himself down this.
There you go.
Clearly.
Give me a second.
That honestly, I'm not. Okay, that's Cyrus.
Cyrus is on the left and Shanning's
I
on the right.
forgot about
That's
Patty in the corner.
Rosalind.
Yeah,
Or no, that was one of Thalrak's kids in the
Um,
corner.
that's Jordy.
That's Jordy.
next one,
Wow.
right?
I think it's
Isn't
gotta
it?
be.
It has to be Jordy.
Yeah, it has to be.
I don't
that's
think
Elrin.
Jordy was. Oh yeah, maybe Jordy
Yeah,
was there.
Jordan,
you're right.
Jordan was still there because that
Yeah,
was
it wasn't
this was
dead.
before the whole
And in the
crystal
background?
Dwarven.
Yeah, Miss Slippy.
Miss Lippy, who does have that art updated in this campaign.
Miss Lippy was one of the funnest side quests that we did leading up to this final scene.
Right?
You know what I'll say though is that I had more fun in the sessions leading up to like, oh, Rorschach's gonna attack the city, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then the actual battle against Rorschach, I felt was a little bit of a letdown because I feel like we crushed her. Like,
Well, you guys prepared so fucking well.
We
we
did.
had, like,
We
a ton
really
of-
did.
we were so prepared. I was just like, oh,
Because
really?
Thalrak
Okay.
and Bartholomew worked their asses off in Bartholomew's forge.
Wait, no, there wasn't even a
Leland-
conflict with Rashok because you fought off the invasion, and then you
Yeah.
guys made peace with Rashok.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
because
it was
Rashok
really,
showed up on our dragons.
And
we're
Doro,
like,
I'm just gonna say this is when Doro, because remember Doro had gotten his backstory. Doro has he has problems because he's what's that the fetal alcohol syndrome, whatever that is. I forget what the official name is. Whatever that is, he had that, and he had a lot of problems. But he was a good guy, and he had just kind of started turning his life around. Alvin taking over the town and kind of set up the guards as legit. Like he was starting to be legit and respected, and like he had poured out some of his emotions to some of the players and to Alvin, and then through a series of miraculous 20s and miraculous nat 1s on Rashok's part, did he manage to somehow sweep Rashok off her feet to where she was romantically interested in him, which helped you guys enormously in your negotiations because it turned her whole fucking mood around, because now she doesn't want to destroy Safe Falls with her new romantic interest works as the captain of the guard. So, helped you guys out a ton, and then you guys proceed to fuck you, Doro. Dam's a little bit salty about it.
It was just a boy.
He had his whole life ahead of him. But don't worry, he'll be back. Because we've got less than an hour to wrap up and epilogue. So, interrupt
We
me.
should move on to epilogue.
Interrupt me if you have questions, because questions are important, or if I skip something important. So,
Yeah.
more or less, the party rolls through. They find out some things about Watoon. There's vampires. But the big thing that's going on is, no, fucking up this. The big thing going on is, oh shit, it's starting to get hot. The fish are dying. All the bad shit's happening. People are getting sunburned if they're outside too long. And the world's coming to an end. And they go and they find the doors got problems. And then Voltaire gets put away for a while because he stole a goat worth a lot of money. And then they go down, and then Dragonheart with with Cormal finds this crystal, and it's a real cool crystal, and it makes them real powerful. Thalrak's like, fuck that crystal.
Hold up. No, hold up. That whole Voltaire stealing the goat thing, let's be honest, that was one of the cooler aspects where we had two people that practiced law go at an actual debate, and we had
with a jury.
viewers sit in as a jury.
Yes, I love that. If I'm
I
ever talking
love
about it
that.
to like my friends, I say you should watch. If you're gonna watch any of it,
I
watch that.
Yeah, because I remember when it happened, I legitimately went and found the video log for someone years
still up
later.
there.
Yeah, no, like my current manager at work, he loves D&D, and I quite literally found the archive video for him just specifically so he could see, oh, holy shit, they actually did a trial shit. What the fuck?
As I have said, if you guys get into it, I will do my best to create it for you. So we have
it was legitimately fun as hell.
Thank you. That's one of the things I was very proud of putting together. We continue though, real quickly. Going down into the mines. I don't remember exactly why they were going into the mines. I think because all the dwarves were weird and angry, and there's bullshit going on. And there's the dwarf revolution, and no, it's
The
not the
dwarves
dwarf
weren't angry, they
revolution.
were
that's later. That's later.
isolationists.
No.
They're like, oh,
Yeah, they're like,
going
fuck
to
you, we're
isolate
racist. We
ourselves."
don't like anybody that's not a pure-blooded dwarf. So then they go and they're like, wow, we're going in the mines for some reason. They got suspicious. I don't know. I probably gave them clues. They went down, and they found this crystal in a fountain, and Cormal grabbed it, and it made him his emotions just cranked up to 11. At this point, it was just really a crystal that just... He didn't even exist till he looked in the fountain. I'm going to tell you, this big thing, this crystal that came to consume everything, didn't exist. It was a fountain in a map, and I had to figure out why there would be a crystal. I'm like, oh, cool, it could be a crystal. Why is there a crystal in the fountain? And why is the fountain not working? And, I just made some shit up, and it just kept growing, and as people kept reacting to it, it evolved, and it became a thing where it became this whole thing, and then Voltaire's thing.
That's
We'll get
that's
to
in
that
season
later,
2.
but
let's pick up the pace.
yes. So anyways, he found this crystal. Dalrak didn't like that because he loves Cornwall, but he's like, Cornwall, you're being kind of a little bitch with this crystal. And then Alvin's like, you know what? I'm supposed to be taking care of you. You are being kind of a little bitch. And then it's like, I'll take it though. And the crystal's like, you know what? Alvin is stronger than this little kid. So you know what? Upgrade with Y. And he jumped and Alaric was like, what the fuck happened? This is bad. And then it was like, killing Alvin. And he was like, I promise, I won't bother you anymore. And then they just continued on.
It was either I did hold person. I think
Zone
I
of
did hold
Truth.
person.
Zone of Truth.
Oh yeah, Zone of Truth. I fucking hated Zone of Truth early on.
Yep. So anyway, so they go about their way. They come back. They're like, oh, well, now we have a lead. And then the other party was like, hey, look, we're going to go check out this thing because we had a lead on the Coliseum of the Lost. So they went over there, and then Rashak was going with them because she was friendly at that point because she wants Doro. And then they get attacked by a bunch of weird things. She falls off, bumps her head, forgets who she is, going floating down there. Every party's like, yeah, we could save Rashak, or we could just let that happen and go to the Coliseum anyways without her. So they went to the Coliseum of the Lost, where they met a bunch of pirates and a bunch of ninjas, and they fought every day. And you know what? They made money. They got a bunch of amenities. We got to sign a contract where you can't leave. So give some, take some. You're celebrities, but you're in a cage. Blah blah blah. Smashing Pumpkins probably has a lot to say about it. Anyways, they go down. They go through a tunnel. There's an aboleth-looking thing. I don't know. It might not be now. It's got tentacles. This thing was one of the few things that I did raw, but I kind of just toned it down a little bit so it didn't murderate you guys. Anyways, they find this little kid named Randavius who turns out to have been under that thing's control, just like Rashak had been under the control of the other thing he called Biggie Smalls. Anyways, they find out.
I forgot about fucking Biggie Smalls. God damn it.
Then you got Randavius, who turns out to be Rashak's kid. Well, they take him back to the city, and Alvin's like, I guess I'll adopt him, and we're not gonna tell Rashak that she has a kid. I think to this day she still
we didn't
doesn't
even know
know
where she was, right?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
we didn't know where she was
She
either.
knows about him, but I think Randavius has never met her.
I don't think she knows.
Sure if
Oh yeah, she does know. She did get revealed later. Anyways, so that all happens. And all the parties like, oh well, now we know what's going on, and we're gonna go. And they go, well, don't you go to the Shadow Realm? Yeah, you guys go to the Shadow Realm to talk to
Yeah, because this is where we get
Roland.
we get Krillin away.
Oh yeah, Kraylin gets captured on a spy mission, and nobody cares.
It was Krillin.
No, I'm kidding. But Kraylin got away. I love Shani very much, and he is great at role playing. But Kraylin got away from him. Kraylin was just main character. But to be fair, it wasn't all his fault. He was in party 2, which remember, all this time there was this third party called the Second Party, and they did some things. I threw plot. We'll just do a quick aside for party 2 because I'm gonna.
Well, because the party I was in was called Party 3, right?
Yes.
So like 1 and 3 met regularly, but 2 I think had problems meeting and stuff.
No,
Two were
two met
okay.
regularly.
Oh, they did.
2 just
Oh,
didn't
okay.
fucking work
They didn't do anything.
at all. 2, we have 2 people who did things. They're named, and one of them did not do things at the beginning, which is fair. That was Cool Demon, Sooner Grimo, etc. But at this point in time, because I'm gonna give a quick aside, honestly, here for Cool Demon. He came in, brave kid, and he had been ridiculed out of like 10 to 15 different DnD groups that he had tried to play in because of his autism, because of his lisp, his stutter, his all of that. And he just could not find anywhere to play. And he decided to try this one, which is just a random Reddit post. None of the parties except for one had met at this point. And remember, we weren't recording sessions and streaming sessions for one at this point. We don't have any of those left. So anyways, we go back, he joins, he's at this point not very active, but he's interested. He's just doing the bare minimum because it's scary, I get it. We have a bunch of other players who all, unless I swear to God, I would need to slap them over the head with a 10-pound fish to get them to take a plot hook. Which I did, and they still didn't take it.
Yep.
And anyways,
Sounds like teaching.
and then you had Shani, super into role playing, super active, will definitely take charge, but needs strong people around him who will also not let him take over. So but he was the only person there to create anything happening. They did create a Krakosaurus Rex, which is kind of cool. But anyways, literally it got to the point where I had them meet a god. No god had been met to this point. I threw a literal god at them. And I still had no interest in doing anything. I put their entire backstory objectives on the line. Did not care. It got to the
That's
point.
right.
I created creative, awesome plotline after plotline. The fucking Sarish Mountains, the Sarish Dragon, whose whole goal, which probably nobody here knows at this point. Remember how Dragonheart had an alliance with the dragon, the Frost Dragon in the mountains?
Yep.
This is a plotline created especially for Party 2 that he ended up just going on cleaning up later. Her whole goal was to take over the world eventually with an entire army of half her dragon, half other species, kids, and she was on a collectathon to have a hybrid kid with them all. Every species. And Dragonheart made a deal to funnel different species people to her to reproduce with her. He was right. He sent his chef on a month vacation with her.
I heard there
Anyways,
was something going on.
yeah. Anyways, we don't. That's why there has never been a Party 2 since. We have had more parties since then. We've had 3 parties at a time. We've had 4 parties at a time. Not a single one of them was named Party 2.
Mm.
Anyway.
That's why we had 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we had 1, 3, and 4. It's like Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about that party.
Yeah. Like I said, but Shani came out of it good. He's going to be playing next season. He played Rosalind, and Rosalind, honestly, was one of my favorite characters throughout the.
Oh yeah,
throughout the time he
Rosalind was
played.
really cool.
Exactly. I think Kraylin got away from him a bit. But like I said, when you have to run an entire party of 6 characters by yourself, basically, it happens.
And honestly, I think overall, a lot of the people that did, even the ones that rotated out, there was some good character designs for them. Like
They were good characters.
I will miss Icareth. I will miss our little drug wizard.
Oh yes.
Fucking amazing character design, and he was just he controlled time. It's like, yeah,
You
no
guys
wonder
wanna-
he controls time. It's
you guys
the fucking
wanna-
drug lord.
You guys want an epilogue stream secret?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So
Icarus
Icarus the
lived.
Time Wizard, and John will probably never be able to play regularly again. But what that does mean for people that don't get to play regularly, like, hey, Rosario, what does that mean?
It's gonna be a guest, time wizard guest.
It's very possible that at various times, Icarus could be a guest
Goes through
character.
time and space like a fucking time lord. Jesus Christ, he's Doctor Who.
That could very well happen. It's just Icarus has to have a day off. But he could appear in season 2 as a guest character. How do you feel
That's
about that,
crazy.
Goji? All right. So anyways, we go along, a whole bunch of stuff happens, but the main important thing is they find out it's a bad place that nobody goes. They go into the bad place that nobody goes. Season 2 is when we had Magni, right? When did Magni die? Did Magni die when?
Right before I joined.
Maddie died in the Underdark.
Yes, was that season 2?
Yeah, Magni died in
Yeah.
season 2, but he showed up in season
Okay,
1.
we're cool then, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, later on, if you have any questions about your specific characters, feel free to DM me, and I will certainly answer any threads, because we're just kind of pull through at this point. Anyways, So we go down there, we kill a bunch of stuff, we stop the evil bad Novostayan church, some stuff happens, yay, the world's saved, and everybody goes back and everybody hates Tremius and everybody just trusts Trevor. Then we go back for season 2, which is what we were in. And the main and we're gonna kind of really go up here. New York City was a place, it was like Atlantis, it was put under the sea because bad things happened because Momoa, the guy, was like, fuck you guys suck because you're like, oh, I gave you all these things. You're like, we don't need you no more. She was like, think. And then the party went down there like, hey, we're going to save the city, and the city raises from the sea. And then they go down to the evil darkness, and Magni dies, and Elrid dies, and Voltaire finds this blacky goop stuff. It turns out to be a counterpart to the crystal that Dragonheart has, and they've been at war for millions and millions and millions of years. And then a whole bunch of stuff. Voltaire gets more evil, and Dragonheart gets more powerful, and Thalarac's like, hey, I found a couple books, so I'm a king now. And he goes and becomes king. And then he's like, hey, guys, Alvin's like dangerous. Alvin's dangerous, and we need to stop him. And Alvin's like, well, Thalarac's kind of making an alliance against me. I should start making an alliance. And he's like, but you know what? I like creepy crawly things, so I'm going to recruit the vampires and the undead, and I'm going to get the goblins and the snakes, and all, like, you know, just all the everything going on. He's actually Alvin while Alvin is funneling species over to Sarish. Oh, he's also on his own quest to collectathon all of the species in the world in his city. He's actually started to make little habitats for humanities for each of the different species and their specific style as he speaks to take over the world. And mostly that conflict continues to build. Then there's demons that are in the world, and basically in season 1 they accidentally unleashed all these demons, but they're trying to take over through politics, so they're coming all around, they're doing their thing. And so now you got the demons, and then you got the Thalarax, and then you got Rashok with her telekinetic academy, who is now taking over all of the bad places that nobody goes. And then we've got the Alvin and Thalarax. And then we also have in the intervening time, because I know we need time for this, but Rosario,
Yeah.
you got secrets in there.
Yeah, I think I should reveal some stuff, huh? So, since the beginning, Callion, like I was playing with Callion, but I was like, oh, there was another character I want to make too, who was a wizard named Luca. So, I was undecided between playing either of them, so I played Callion. But then, season 2, you were like, oh, we could play new characters. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna play Luca. So we actually had backstory episodes for Luca. Okay, here's the big plot twist, everyone. Luca is Callion's father. Okay, so I wrote that from the beginning, like I had that in place, and I kept trying to hint at it. I don't think anyone figured it out.
I was not there to figure it out, but when I watched, I picked up that he really liked Callion. I was like, there must be something there. He must be related to him somehow.
It's his son. Yeah.
And I know that sounds like I did the entire time, dude.
So backstory is that Luca, he married Callion's mother, but she's a member of the Church of Lathandra, and Luca was he's a high elf, but the elves, as we know, they suck. So like he kind of left, and he wasn't getting. Then in the Church of Lathandra, he was definitely seen as like an outsider. He's very skeptical of religion and stuff like that. I mean, you could see how Callion turned out, right? So he left at a young age, but he's been kind of wandering the world, so the party was extremely suspicious of him the whole time. But recently he discovered that his son was going out and doing things, because there was this story about how this thing called Romance in Rakoge, and he was like, wait, this is my son, they wrote a book about him. So, and he loves books. So
imagine that's how
anyway,
you find out about your son in a fan fiction.
So he finds out about his son through Romance.
He's the
Rakoge.
Jacob.
Yeah, he's like, my son's in a romance book? What's going on here? And then there's a lot of stuff that happens, but we do a backstory episode where Luca and this cleric, they meet in the Underdark, and Luca finds out that the leader of the Church of Lathandra doesn't like Callion. He sees him as a rising star. So Luca actually assassinated the leader of the Church of Lathandra. So, and there's a funny episode where me and Wes, we go to investigate who killed the leader of the Church of Lathandra, and I know who killed it, and Meta does. So only my friend Matt didn't know who killed it.
And
So we had a
everybody's
whole
suspicious
episode
of
just
Tebow.
gaslighting him the whole time. And
Well,
but
you're why
yes,
everyone's suspicious of Tebow.
well, he sucks, right?
I mean, he's just your typical mega church pastor.
Yeah, look, Luca didn't have any ulterior motives, like, oh, I want to implant people in charge of anything. He just was like, this guy hates my son. He was the one who sent him to. He was the one who got Callian captured in the first place. But yeah, so Luca assassinated the lead. This happens between season 1 and 2. Luca assassinates the leader of the Church of Lathandra, and yeah, was there anything else I had to explain?
I think that was it. So we'll continue on as fast as we can. Stop me if I miss any important beats that you guys liked, right? But I'm kind of glossing over large swaths of teeny arcs. So, because we're kind of now at the point, we're at the kind of present day where everyone's kind of poised against each other and alliances. Some demons have been killed, and in my mind, what happens is Voltaire and Dragonheart and Thalrak, given this experience that they've just shared in Ulford with the demons, have decided that they are going to wipe out the rest of the demons. They're going to kill the rest as they find them and hunt them down on Earth. And then they're going to go down, because really, Voltaire pushed a lot at this, to go down and murder them all and their bloodlines, to completely just make sure that hell could not rise up for like forever and like long generations. Just because Thalrak's got his kids to worry about, Alvin's got his kids to worry about, Voltaire's got things to worry about, and everyone's like, yeah, let's go kill them all. Alvin was like, yeah, I was already planning to go down there to kill just the demon guys anyways, let's go do it. So you guys all do that. You go back. Alvin just remains Alvin. He has the crystal. Terry remains Terry. They're pretty benevolent. He remains at together with Thalrak. However, Voltaire, along with Bargain, if you guys remember Bargain,
Yeah.
in the Void, have been preparing. He has taken over the Hill people. He's taken over a couple of cities. And he takes over in the Void for all of Hell. Him and Bargain. And then they
neat.
try to march out into the world from their encampments. And Thalrak and Alvin once again join forces. This time against Bargain and Voltaire. And it does turn with many casualties. The Alvin and Thalrak are able to slay Voltaire and Bargain, sending them back to Hell, which has become their native plane for the magical bullshittery. And vanquishing them for at least 1,000 years. How long the
how
spell
convenient.
lasts past them, we'll see. I don't know if that's going to ever come into
1,000
play or not, but
No.
1,000 years later.
they can
campaign
still make
3.
it back. But keep in mind, for a demon to be summoned, someone has to know their name, their true name. And when he became a denizen of Hell, he got a true name. So somebody would have to know that true name to bring him back, because while he can come back now, he still has to be known to be summoned.
That's not completely terrifying.
Yep.
And remember, he's not a player character anymore. He's an NPC with protestability.
I know what Voltaire is like. I know what his
No,
character
I'm
sheet
saying
looks
that
like
to
meta.
everybody.
I know. That is a very scary character sheet.
Yeah. So, I think, what else I need to cover here? That was going on. Oh yeah, so you guys are able to drive Voltaire out, and you guys are ready because Thalrak, you don't trust him, and you go back and you say, okay, right now we're gonna split the world in two, but you don't think the world should be split in two, right?
Oh, hell no.
You've also managed through a series of marriages to have in the next generation, the dwarf kingdom and the elf kingdom are the same kingdom.
Yay, Thalrak's child willingly got married to that elf.
Yes.
Because that was a whole spiel, and it turned out, yeah, his son was excited for it, actually. He had the hots for the princess and the elves.
So, they're going to be the next generation. So you don't think the world should be in half, but you don't think you can challenge Alvin because you've seen Alvin, and everybody knows Alvin is frankly terrifying.
Yeah, out of character, I absolutely was terrified about facing Alvin, mainly because, hey, look at this. Alvin has time to build up a city. Well, I get thrown at and go, you have as long as you want to try to build this up, but the longer you wait, the more advanced he gets anyways.
Yep. Anyways, Thalrak goes out, and he finds the remaining books. Thalrak, however, in his search, has left the Dwarven Kingdom one crisis from ruin.
Despite his efforts.
With the resources he had to expend, he did find the books. And in an epic clash, which once again sunk New York City, fought Alvin to a standstill where both of you were moments from death. You've destroyed all of New York City. And you decided, and you worked out that Thalrak, you could have nothing. You must immediately pass the throne to your heirs. And he would limit himself with no alliances to Seyfalls and his surrounding shit that he's built. And that as long as your bloodline held the throne, that he would hold to those terms.
Oh, shit. That's kind of terrifying, as long as my bloodline.
Yes.
Whew, that's a little terrifying. Not gonna lie.
And then 1,000 years pass. The world mostly remains the same, because it's pretty well built up at this point. Thalrak is dead. Everybody except a very few are dead. Voltaire and Bargain are in hell. Thalrak's kids still hold the dwarven kids or grandkids. I don't know. I don't know how the generate. How long would a half elf, half dwarf live?
Depends on if we want to go more elvish or more dwarvish for this.
Let's just say 50-50 at this point, just for ease.
Fuck. I'd probably say a good 200 years.
It's like 5 generations.
Yeah.
Elves live 750, dwarves live 350. If you
500, like
okay.
2 generations.
So then,
yes.
okay.
So these
like
maybe
two.
500.
Yeah, so
about
like your
split.
great grandkids maybe.
For some reason, I thought
Grandkids?
dwarves were a lot shorter than that, but I'm dumb.
Great grandkids,
grandkids.
Great grandkids, probably. 'Cause your
Grandkids are
would
probably
be ancient at that point, though.
It's either grandkids are about to leave the throne, or the
I think the
great
grandkids
are
have just
taking
inherited. We'll establish right here the great grandkids have just inherited the dwarven, but there are only 2 children, a brother and a sister, and neither of them have been married yet.
I mean, they're great grandkids. They're probably in their.
They're youngish. I'm just.
Yeah.
That's how many there are. That's how many there are. The last generation, your grandkids only had 2 children. Anyways.
Oh yeah, Meta, we should probably establish, did Thalrak actually get his wish of doing the spells to make, or at least offer Patty and the kids to be full dwarf, if they so
A
wished?
few of the kids decided to be dwarfs. A few of them decided to stay Krakens. A vast majority decided to go half and half. And Patty decided to remain as is.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is there may be descendants that are just Krakens.
Yes, they live to be about they live for about 150 years.
That's fine. That means that there's some great
Yeah. So
great,
into the new world, there are crack dwarfs or dwarfins or dwarfins maybe.
Dwarfins? That sounds like
orphans.
We'll have to figure out what we're gonna call them. But there's a new race, and if anybody wants to change your race and come up with a homebrew that a DM approves, and you want to be whatever this thing is, I'm just saying you're welcome to work it out in the next week and completely redo everything last minute to make it work. But that is a race that you can now select. Also, dwarf elves are now a not common, but a small minority representation of dwarf elves as the two nations have begun commingling.
Mm-hmm.
In the most anathema to traditional fantasy lore, the dwarfs and the elves are merging. There's a
I
lot
like it.
Did we not? Did
I
we
like
miss
that.
anything? Did we miss any beats?
We
We got about 20 minutes, so we got time to
I just
explore.
wanted to know about the whole thing with Edge and his dad and the Thieves Guild.
The Thieves Guild.
Or his quote-unquote dad, you know what I mean.
You're gonna have to DM me more specifics on that. I've just gone
Yeah,
through a
hang on.
lot.
Let me do it too. Where's
Yeah.
Discord?
Yeah. In terms of the Thieves Guild, I think he'd be able to. Depends on who would be willing to help him, really. He would at least get well established back within the Thieves Guild under Eduardo. I feel like
Okay.
Eduardo would then get taken out at some point by Thalrak and Alvin because they both hate him. Roll luck.
Whoa, there's a roll? Oh my.
Yeah, hang on.
Oh my god, this must be an epilogue. What do you mean there's rolling, Meta?
Rolling?
What? You guys didn't know about epilogue rolls?
Because he's just rolling. What?
I'm horrified now.
Honestly, this is the epilogue to this campaign. And what's your adjustment thing?
Nothing. It's 16. I only had a 9 for luck.
This could be the last roll of the whole campaign.
That's honestly, yes, you can have taken over. You'll have died by the time the next campaign rolls around. But for his lifetime, he was a fair and benevolent Thieves Guild leader who Alvin and
Good.
Thalrak both did not murder in honor of Jordy. Because you ran it
Awesome.
like Jordy would have wanted.
Well, also, I mean, he was friends with Thalrak for the most part.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
probably run
Yeah,
it
Phil.
under Thalrak's, Thalrak's probably aware of it, but it's just like, just don't go too crazy.
Yeah. Voltaire,
Did I do a look?
Yes.
why don't you tell us what secrets you have that never got explored?
What secrets I have? Let's see, I did all the lighting work for a labyrinth that never got used. Because I commissioned this is some out of character stuff. I commissioned my friend. I'd agreed to buy him a drawing tablet in exchange for Voltaire character art. The day after that, Meta said, "How about we do a time skip?"
Mhm.
Still alive.
I know, and I'll get that art eventually. At some point, my friend's still practicing.
Just tell him to make it BBEG kind. Armor.
Yeah. Let's see. Voltaire has a hobby of skinning infant babies. and using those in various crafts such as recliners, robes. I would like to believe that he found some way to get his projects out of hell over the years as a birthday gift to Thalrak.
Oh yeah.
And at some point wrote a book called The Expert's Guide to Skinning Infant Babies.
Wait, so maybe I missed the session or two, but like I met Voltaire and I was like, oh, he's cool. And then all of a
He's
sudden,
the pit of
everyone's like,
evil.
Oh wait, we
he's
didn't really cover
evil.
that.
And I'm like,
Okay,
what
so
the
yeah,
hell
big
happened?
thing. We kind of
Did I
lost
miss something?
Abby. So
Oh yes,
Voltaire went down to
lied
the
to
bad place.
Thalrak. Yes, went down into the Underdark, and we went to ruins. He got snatched by something, got this weird growth on him. Then Ikorath almost killed a big beast in the ruins. It pricked Voltaire and joined with him, and he just became worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
You want
And
to know what
eventually he-
percentage of that was planned?
None.
So basically, what you're saying is I should have just stabbed Voltaire during my intro, and I would have saved everybody a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. He then, after Thalrak was made king, the demons sprung the Book of Vile Darkness on the Dwarflands. He absorbed it, lied to Thalrak's face that... Same thing. Lied to Thalrak's
In my
face that he had
imagination, it's more
to...
dramatic.
Yeah. Lied straight to Thalrak that he had to destroy part of his soul to destroy the Book of Vile Darkness. And at that point was like, I was always destined to be the worst living being in existence. And just decided, I am going to be evil. He did not care anymore about stopping Alvin, even though he said he did, and even...
Also, he
in one of
didn't
the
let
sessions-
you eat Timmy.
Aw, what?
It's his kid. He likes him.
Voltaire was very adamant about eating Timmy.
But it's his kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very adamant about not eating Timmy.
Was Voltaire's brother secretly evil at all, or no?
Shernon was the polar opposite.
Okay.
Oh, and Voltaire did have a split personality at the beginning. Then he got healed when he went to Timmy, and then he just had him and Black Puddle thing.
Yeah, Rix.
So you guys thought he just maintained the split personalities the whole way through? No, he actually got rid of one and just got a whole different one.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Beer Fest?
Anyway, but yeah, he even said nothing of value was lost to destroy Alvin's tower when he killed a child to do that. So,
Oh, and remember how does Alvin get stronger?
Alvin consumes crystals, Voltaire eats people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life. Yep.
Yeah.
So Voltaire was just like 100% like comically evil at that, right?
At that point.
Yeah.
That's where he had the Book of Vile Darkness.
But was he savable
Oh shit,
at any
I
point?
forgot. I forgot.
Hmm?
Grimo. An L Wizard. Because Grimo got turned evil when you went to New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And he and L Wizard, when Voltaire and Bargain made their push out, joined with them against you guys.
Meta, did
And ultimately, all
Voltaire-
of them were sent back to hell.
Did Voltaire create his 7 deadly sins who ruled over the sections of hell for him?
Yes, except for the lake, which that high demon person never came out. He was never part of the invasion. He hasn't come out since you took over. Nobody goes in there because everybody dies in there. Yeah, you've sent people in and they just never come back.
Interesting.
Oh, Meta, I have a question.
Yes.
So, like, our party was like hunting demons. Can you reveal like where the demons were that we were looking for?
Oh, yes. Let me get back to the other things so I know which ones there were.
So, like, we killed one of them.
Okay. I need
The
to be
smoke
able to
guy.
do 2 maps.
The other dude made
Yeah,
out.
one
the
of them was
mayor of
obviously
Ulford.
in Safe Falls, which was 6-axis.
Yeah.
And then you had the guy in Ulford
Mm-hmm.
who was fuck. I need to go back to that right now.
I'm waiting for you
Remembering
to
is
tell
not
us,
my
like, oh,
strong
this random city guard you met was one of the demons. or something
No, they were in other cities.
Like, okay.
I just gotta
So we just
Find
never
out.
got to them. I thought it was like, oh, this person who you thought was an ally.
Yeah, that guy
No.
Bob. That was the demon thing.
Okay.
You know, Billy Days. Yeah, Demon Lord.
Santavius was the mayor in Ulford.
Yeah.
Then you had Shin, who was posing as one of the children of what's her name? Sarish. And was manipulating Sarish to try and take over the world. Do you recall that's the dragon up in the mountain who wanted to have all the babies?
Oh, okay.
Then you had Damodred and Hemlock were both in Haru's Keep. You remember there was that marriage?
Yes.
With the
Oh, so we were on the right trail then.
You were on the right trail. The two of them who were working on things in Haru's Keep.
See, I knew it. I knew it. I told the party we have to go here. This is sus.
How many is that? That's 5, right? One.
Yeah. And then the other one was just a random gnome or something. Yeah.
Oh wait, you had Segrador. No, you had 2 more. You had Segrador, who was Vanity. Let me go back to the map. That was they were in what's the shit? It's not Barrendor, Erfurt, which is why that whole city was so political and all wrapped around itself.
I don't think I ever went there.
It's probably a good thing that Callie never went there. And then you had Demodius. And Demodius you would not have found in any specific city. Demodius was a special case. He was going to be popping up a lot here and there. Because Demodius was like the surveillance person.
So they were working together?
Yes.
I thought maybe it was like they were like warlords, like taking their territory.
No, they were all working together because they had all been defeated trying to take over the world so many times. They all decided to work together, but to do it politically instead of brute forcefully. Try something different, and it was working. Until you pesky kids showed up.
Yeah.
But you pesky kids also released most of them, so.
I don't remember doing that. That was someone else.
Was Callian did Callian meet the enchanted pumpkins?
Pumpkins?
Don't think so.
I don't remember any pumpkins now.
In the bad place that nobody goes? Because Wes was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, was that like when we went through all those rooms and stuff?
The bad place that nobody goes. Let me see if I can find.
Was that was that like a joint session where we had to go through like some labyrinth?
No, it was before that. In the session, it was the sessions leading up to those.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
you
know that,
guys
like-
released one there. Your party did, anyways. I can't guarantee that you specifically were there on that specific day, but it wasn't like you were like, "Hey, go free demon." It was like, "Hey, you disturbed a circle." His webcam. There we
Oh,
go.
I think I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, either you were there or not there, but your party released one by disturbing a circle that was containing one of the demons. Because they
Nice.
had been using the Novostayan church through manipulation. That's why they had that big supply of demon ichor that they were using to experiment on everything. The demons were trading that in return for being summoned, but they were like, okay, well, we'll summon you to help. We'll give you the ichor. And then, of course, they would stick around, and then eventually, you killed them all and served the circle, setting them free to go do their thing, which they were waiting for all along. If that
It makes sense.
Yeah. That's why they all had all that ichor, because and that is what was going on. Novostayan Church was experimenting and creating these monstrosities to take over the world. You guys just got them before they really started their war efforts, but they were in Erfurt. Party 2 actually encountered this, which is why it's kind of a lost storyline where they were experimenting, creating monsters and fighting them in a pit to get the best monsters to, take over. Alvin did clean up the forest, which had been horribly polluted by this problem as well. So, any other things that I missed or we didn't cover?
Is there any secrets you want to reveal?
Choose a place specifically because they're everywhere, and I don't think we got that much time. So
I don't
choose a
know.
place that has the most interest to you, and we'll dig into it. Well, you guys know that Watoon was vampires.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you DM'd.
Oh, what was like? Do we ever
Panzer.
figure out?
I'm a
Remember the
bad
gnome
person,
capital,
aren't I?
the gnomish city?
Oh, you basically explained it already. It's good.
Oh, okay.
You asked me what I was talking about specifically, so I sent you what I was talking about specifically.
Where did you send that? I don't see it.
On Discord. Oh, I didn't send it. Never mind, because you started talking to me.
Well,
You basically started covering what I was going to ask about anyway. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Anyway, so repeat your question, Rosario.
Oh, was it the gnome? What was going on with the gnome capital? So I remember it was like covered with shadows, but I don't think we ever went back there. Unless another
There was a
party did.
rift into the Shadowlands that was feeding them through there. And what it had, and that was like, it was broken a long time ago when back when Rix was born. So what happened is the things that were able to survive down there in that cavern were protected by that gem. That gem that protected me. Remember that thing that faded out because eventually it ran out of juice. And when it ran out of juice is when whoop, went away. But the problem is I forget what it was, or maybe it was you guys. I forget how it was that it came to be because it's so long ago. But the giant explosion rocked there and broke out that wall. And that was what kind of allowed him access more to the larger Underdark, which would have led to a lot of unrest in the Underdark if you had explored it. There were some big shifting tides going on. It hadn't quite made it over to the place, the maze by then, because that's on the exact opposite side of the map. Actually, I can show you the map here. Be over here.
Oh, Meta, I forget. How do you determine your luck stat? Because I didn't actually set one up on my new guy.
It is 3d6 flat.
Okay.
But you guys, now everybody, now I don't know if you consider it an advantage or not, or a disadvantage, because the original party of characters rolled 1d20. So Thalrak and Alvin at the end were the only characters that had stats that were rolled that way, but that was how the original luck was rolled. Because we made it up on the fly during a session. I think the first session.
Yeah, because it was like something really
That is the
dumb
most
that we wanted to roll
insane
for.
luck anyone has ever rolled.
6, 6, 5.
That is
God damn!
insane.
Well, congratulations, Goji.
10 could be better, but
Could
I'll
be
take
better
it.
by 1 point.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Nice roll.
Meta, I have a question.
Yes.
Who was your favorite character and why was it Callian?
It was not Callian. If I had to pick, it would be between Ikarath and Cormal.
I agree.
Oh, everybody loves Cornwall, man.
Dude, Cornwall was amazing. I was gonna be so sad when Voltaire killed him.
Honestly,
think my
the
favorite was
longer some
Ikarath.
of
Like,
the storylines.
like when the first time he just went up to Thalrak and just called him uncle unprovoked.
Well, here.
Fucking broke me.
Here's what I'll do. Where's my book thing? I think, let me see if I can crop this for this and do this right as best I can. I'm gonna do this last thing before we finish up here. Or try to anyways. I think this will, I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
have to
same
probably
roll
adjust
could have
this
been
a
way
bit.
worse.
1, 1, 4.
Goji though with
Okay.
that 663, Jesus Christ.
What are we supposed to
Yeah.
be rolling? What is
Both
this
of my
for?
characters are lucky now.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Okay, well this is not
I'm
gonna
sticking
work
with
at
the
all.
10 because it's like right in the middle.
We're just gonna stay on the map of the world. Is what we're gonna do, and then we're just gonna go down the list. Okay. Some of you, I apologize for some of the characters, specifically to you, Panzer, because your characters weren't around for very long, so there's not as much story that I've attributed to them. But I'm
You
going
gotta
to
make
give
a
us
tier list of characters.
a little.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
honestly-
going to. No, I'm just going to give one thing, like what I most remember that character for.
A final farewell to all these characters.
Barrick
think
was
that'd be
the
fun.
Knoll, right?
Yeah, although I don't know, he kind of
He's the most
not
recent
exist
one,
now,
right?
but yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Ferric, well, no, this doesn't matter. This isn't like giving you story plot. This is just what I'm just giving you each, and I'm gonna go through everybody's characters. What I remember them most as
Mhm.
like the simple identifier, and Ferric just could not handle this shit anymore.
Oh yeah, no, he's Ferric. The reason Ferric decided to go adventuring is because he had reached middle age for a Knoll. He was 20, which is like middle age. So he's like, all right, well, I don't want to die of old age, so I need to go and find something to make it so I can only die in combat. And so that was his ultimate goal, was to go do that. So for the story I kept going, that's what he would have been aiming
Yeah.
for.
All right.
But yeah, so yeah, he was tired of this stuff because he's middle aged for a Knoll, so he's All right, fine.
Shernon wanted to be a good boy. Exo regretted his decision to be a memory every day of his life. Tiberius just wanted to have fun. El
I love
Wizard
Tiberius.
wanted chaos and chose it whenever he could. Nissa just hated demons. Seoshan wanted to skin Thalrak and wear him as a skin suit.
What? Wait, what?
What the heck? Oh my gosh! That's terrifying! One character of my characters does skinning, but she was an innocent child! She was the innocent one! Who was like, I'm going on an adventure! And she was literally, the last time we saw her, she was crying and looking away from what she was doing because people were getting hurt.
Oh no, I just meant in a Thalrak
Yeah, I know.
Stalker Super.
Yeah, I know. Just hearing that,
Great. Thalrak was too old for this shit.
Thalrak wasn't even old. He was like young
No,
adult.
but tell me that wasn't your
That was his vibe.
personality
That was his
after
vibe.
about the first year.
Yeah.
Thalrak was just beaten down at every turn.
Oh yeah, he just got tired, man.
Yep, exactly. Tired is the one word for Thalrak. Remo wanted to
Meta-
blow shit up.
Real
Yep,
quick, I have to leave, but it's been good.
it has been.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
But
See you around.
But
And I gotta fix
I
the screen.
suppose we got about 5 minutes left anyway, so.
Yep, I'm just finishing
Yeah.
up with the character, so give me 1 second. If I can fix everything, 'cause now it's all different.
I'm chopped off at the forehead.
That's all we need, really. That's where most of your emotion is, right?
Yeah, nothing else to worry about right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Anyway, so as we continue to finish up here, this is taking way longer than we anticipated. We already did Ferric. Alfred just wanted to play with gadgets.
And do drugs.
Alvin just wanted to do the best he could, but honestly, Alvin was presented with so many difficult choices where there were no great answers, and he always
Thalrak was
tried
in the
to
same
make
boat,
the
but
best
he
of
had
it.
like city scale shit.
Yeah.
And Thalrak didn't get into that boat until much later.
Yep. And then Voltaire. I started out, I did not like Voltaire, and I just was like, okay, you know, Goji's a player, he's doing his thing, whatever. He's not bad, but It's kind of grating on my nerves right now.
Jeez, this kid sucks.
Not even that you sucked. I'm like, just like it just clashed with I don't know. But keep in mind, this was also when I was in the midst of dealing with party 2, so I must also been a little bit more sensitive and on the lookout. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, and I did not like Voltaire the character, and then grew on me, and he went a lot of places. And he was definitely almost every character that lasted a long time. I grew really fond of over time and had wants and desires for how their character was going to go. I was very constantly surprised by everything, but Voltaire just never found a conscience that he could trust. But I thought I'd give you that history because that I don't think I've gone over that with you before, Kochi.
I know you said you weren't a huge fan of Voltaire at the beginning, but this was more elaborate.
Elaborate, yeah. But I love you now. I get it now. It's oh, but no, you surprised me a lot. But like I said, I was already near the end of party 2, and I was just because when there was going into the multi-party, which is kind of when you came in, remember, I was actively deciding if I was going to kill party 2 or not, and it ended up being I'm going to let them live a little bit longer, but there's no chance I'm letting them get anywhere near the other 2 parties, so I'm not going to ruin these other 2 great parties. So, bringing in a new person to one of those parties because somebody had to quit. And I had already cycled through like 6 different people on Reddit for party 2 at this point. So every new person I had brought into party 2 was awful. And I'm pretty sure you came from Reddit, right?
I did.
Me?
I came.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I came from Reddit.
So
Nice.
I had already had like 6 failures before you, so I was expecting the worst.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but I'm
It's
glad
alright.
3 years later, we're good friends now. Hopefully still good friends after I...
No. This is Meta, you just burned the bridge.
I brutally
Congratulations.
murdered you.
No, we're all good. Yeah.
Well, you guys wanted secrets. Anything else? that you
Honestly,
guys...
I was genuinely surprised when you made Thalrak like actually have a bloodline for being king. I was like,
So
what
was
the
I.
fuck?
So was I. Some of the biggest what the fuck moments I discovered along with you. There's a Stephen King. I read something he wrote about writing. Where he is often like, it's not like, oh, I have a plan. He's writing it sometimes, and he just is finding out what's happening as he's writing. There's a lot of things just clicking, and like, that's what's happening here. Oh my god. What? So that moment was a big for me, like a big surprise for me too. But like when it's like that, this is right. In my mind, when I have that, I'm like, this is what's going to happen. If that makes any sense. Or everyone's like, this whole campaign was a sham! I felt like I did a pretty good job connecting everything.
That's
You did.
Yeah.
Overall, you did. For like I said before the stream started, take pride in this shit because you did something that me, who has DM'd for years, never thought to do, and you did it in your first ever DMing campaign.
Yep. I learned
you
the
grew
rules
it
to
over
DnD as we went.
But you went from one party to running simultaneous parties all in the same world. You have bigger cojones than I will ever have for that shit. Because I'm terrified about running just a single campaign.
And putting it out for the whole world to see.
Yeah, that
Genuinely
too.
amazing meta.
Thank you.
I've said this a couple times before, but I don't remember if I said it on stream. Before this, one of my only other D&D experiences before this, also found through Reddit, was a proposed mega campaign a guy was running, where it was also multiple parties, one ruled running Tyranny of Dragons. the campaign got up so high that there were 8 parties, all 6 people.
Good lord.
Yeah, he was and he was running a party every single day.
Jesus Christ. I have work and a child.
Yeah, pretty much. And like the first time that he went away because apparently he mined gold in the Alaska or something, he never came back. That campaign died. There was like 4 sessions for each party. Not even. There was 4 sessions for the party I was in, and then the other parties didn't get their sessions. Well, all parties got at least 3, and most of them got 4. I think 1 or 2 did not get their 4th. But after that, he just never came back.
Oh my.
Damn.
I didn't come back.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things, because also another campaign I joined through Reddit, I showed up, played 1 session, got kicked from the server, and ghosted.
I may not always do the best job, but I always try.
A campaign to find the Alaskan gold.
Every game I've ever tried to play in since like I don't know 2000 since I was still using 3.5 basically has fallen apart within like 6 weeks. So the fact that your game has been going on as long as it has is extremely impressive, and I'm glad to be able to have a pretty consistent game to take part in, you know? So
Yeah.
thank
and
you.
hopefully it'll be a lot better with the new season, starting with everybody starting with their goals and interests and things together.
Oh, trust me, I have some ideas for my
Yep,
guys.
I have ideas, and I may or may not do more voice acting. I don't know. Valorant just taught me. You shut up over there.
No. I'm saying I'm not gonna, I don't think I'll be able to voice act this guy because he's a bird and I can't whistle.
At the end of this session, when we're gonna wrap it up, are you ready for the secret hint that people who are watching, who watch the recap or have watched this all the way to the actual end get?
That's the big reveal.
Not a big reveal, but it is a little bit of an advantage that you can choose. Anybody who watches this can choose or not choose to share with their teammates. Secrets will be very valuable, including being able to be sold as commerce, as gold, as items. Just hoard your secrets, hoard your information, because it's going to be as valuable as gold in the university.
Meta, you do realize what this is going to spark out of all the players now, right?
There's going to be a lot of drama in this
We're going to
university.
be the shadow broker.
It's gonna be lying.
But keep in mind, remember I said that it was very specific. Secret number 2 is very specific. How did you get here? And the big thing about that is the money thing. It's more. We'll explain that in the first session. We'll fix some of the backstory issues that it created, because what really matters here is that how you got into the university without getting any help from the outside that I have to DM around, is that you will be approached by different groups. Depending on if some of you have the same backings in both parties, individual members in each party may also have connections to each other through the groups they share in common, should they choose to work with those groups. Amongst you guys coming in together on the same boat and sharing the same room and having whatever same shit's going to happen in the first session to you to bond you as a group, you will also have connections to the other group, to other groups individually that nobody else may have connections to this clique or that clique or this thing going on or that thing going on. So you'll all have multiple connections, you'll all have multiple motives and desires and things going on that you can choose or not choose to share. But keep in mind, in this environment, secrets and the information you choose to share is the same as giving away money.
Oh, you'd like a secret? Do my homework.
I'm gonna have a hard time with this because I don't remember shit. So
Notes will be important.
Yes, I'm gonna have to take notes apparently.
But those, like I said, the people that attend and the people that watch this summary and epilogue, which is basically just a summary of everything that's gone before. You get a little bit of something special at the end, aside from both Goji, who somehow made out with 3 loot points before the campaigns even started.
I'll use them on something, or I won't ever use them because I never used barely used any of the loot points I had. Because what if I want something important? I don't want to get rid of these.
Yeah.
I spent so much time getting them, and now they're all worthless.
Yep.
That's fine.
It's gonna be
Like-
super fucked up
like
when you
those-
put something up for sale between this week and next week when the only person who has loot points is Airbase. So.
It puts up the most useless, worthless item, and if it doesn't sell, I'm giving it to the BBEG and making it very important. So he's just forcing me to. It's like, hey, you can have one stick in
No,
your
you know what it
inventory
is?
at all
You know what it
times.
is? You know what it is?
What?
There's a minimum bid of 3, and it's the
What?
fairy from Ocarina of Time.
I was about to say it should just be the ring of ring detection.
It always detects a ring.
Yeah,
It's a ring
not
that
wrong.
always knows if you're wearing it. If
Oh.
you're wearing it.
Yes, it's the ring of awareness.
Yeah.
When you're wearing it, you are aware that
You're wearing it.
Actually, no. That actually makes it really useful because then thieves can't. If a thief steals it, then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I suppose actually that would. That
Like,
doesn't
you-
really
Why
help
would
This
you
one is-
want it though? It
Right,
the only thing
exactly.
It does. You don't think
thief
someone
won't
stole
know.
something.
The
True.
thief won't know though.
Yeah, true. This is a really valuable ring. It's
Well,
so
the thing
important.
is that the thief may have stolen things other than your
Yeah,
rings. And knowing that
yeah.
your ring was stolen because you know, be like, oh shit, I need to find out what's stolen. Anyway, I should probably go eat some dinner
Yeah,
or something.
me
so
too.
I think
Yeah.
I am gonna
But thanks
bail.
everyone for being here with me and reminiscing and talking about things. Thanks everyone
yeah.
who watched and who watches on the VOD. And you get your little advantage too. But hey, guess what? If you're a person who's watching who so happens to not be a player, you now hold in your possession information that could help people in the parties who don't have it.
Mm.
Now, should you choose to reveal that to those players or not, that's up to you. But we'll see you next week as we start.
Yep.
the new
All right.
campaign
Next
arc.
week's gonna be great.
We have young teen, young adult fiction teens. I don't that age group maybe late high school, early high school senior, to early
College age. Just go with college age.
Yes, 18 plus is a human. 18
Yeah.
plus is a human. Because
College
there's so many
age- yeah.
races. Yeah.
College age is basically the
Utes.
best description. Yes. The Utes.
The
Did you say 2 Utes?
Yes.
Yeah.
To youth.
What is
What was
a
that
view?
word? To youth. And with that, thank
Yeah.
you guys. We will see you next week.
All right.